What's up, nerds? And have I got a story for you? All right, you guys. So Baz Luhrmann is got his next movie in line, right? And he's doing it for Warner Brothers. I think that he definitely has a home now at Warner Brothers, which is cool. I like Warner Brothers for the most part. I think they make a lot of bad decisions, especially when it comes to like DC. But you know what? It's besides the point, you guys. So what has he chosen? Well, he's chosen Joan of Arc. He wants to do a Joan of Arc movie, which I personally, I'm like, hey, that's totally cool and everything. But if you look at his filmography, I think that, and I'm throwing it up on the screen right now, I think he's got some very interesting movies. Now, I never saw Strictly Ballroom. I never saw that movie, so I have no idea what that movie's about. And I remember watching Romeo and Juliet in the 90s and liking it. But now if I went back and watched it, I don't know if I would like it. I really don't like the story of Romeo and Juliet. It just annoys me. And I don't really care for Shakespeare either. It's a thing. Don't get mad at me. Now, Moulin Rouge. Love Moulin Rouge. I love that movie. I remember when it first came out, I was obsessed. But then again, so was everybody else. And I think that, and I remember when I went and seen that in the movie theater, because I didn't know what I was getting into when I went to see that movie. I thought I was just going to go see a regular movie. And I didn't realize it was a musical. And I was totally surprised, and I just loved and people walked out because they did not like what they saw. And I was just like, why are you leaving? This is fantastic. I did see Australia, but that movie just like, I don't even remember that movie very much. I was like, and I don't care. The Great Gatsby was good. I like The Great Gatsby. And then Elvis. Now I have to be honest with you. I didn't care for Elvis, but it's only because I'm not a huge Elvis fan. Like the whole time watching it, I was like, I do not give a shit about Elvis and his career or his little manager dude. Like Tom Hanks, like I don't care about his character. Like I just don't give a shit. So, but at the end of it, I was like, no, that was a good movie. I don't care. But okay, back to Baz Luhrmann and this Joan of Arc movie. So I was seeing people online saying that this was like a teenage coming of age story, but it was like the ultimate story of coming of age. And I was like, oh, that's a good point, like a Lady Bird, but with swords, I thought that was I was like, that's interesting. That's an interesting take on it. But I just wonder if women and young girls these days give a shit about Joan of Arc. I mean, because there's been plenty of Joan of Arc movies. And then, if you're like me and you learned about her in high school, like even then I was just like, all right, cool, but at the same time, I'm like, whatever. Because I'm sorry, Joan of Arc, like she just sounded like a big fucking crazy girl. You know what I'm saying? Because she had visions, which I'll talk about in just 1 second. But I'll talk about it now. So I think that in this movie, the visions part will be kind of a thing, because they did that in that Harriet Tubman movie with Cynthia Erivo, where they said she had visions, which I don't know if she had visions or not. I wasn't there. Same thing with Joan of Arc. I don't know if she had visions or not, but I wasn't there. And then they also alluded to it, or at least I think they did, because I don't remember that that Exodus movie with Christian Bale as Moses. I think they alluded to the fact that he had visions and whatnot. I don't remember that movie. I only watched it the one time, so I don't remember. No, same thing with all those movies. I only watched them one time. So I think that will be, interesting, but at the same time, I'm just like, why are we following this crazy person? And then I think that the battle sequences will be very, integral to this movie because you gotta have these huge battle sequences. It's like a must, So I think that'll be interesting to see that and what they do there. Now, as far as casting goes, they have to hire a French actress, and this is why. It really annoys me, and I'm not one of those people like representation and everything. But they have to hire a white girl and they have to hire a French girl, a woman. Okay. I would say hire someone around the age because I think she was 16. I would say hire someone around the age of 16 because it's really annoying. When they hire like a 32-year-old to play a 16-year-old and you're all like, honey, you look young. You don't look that young. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And then they need to hire a French girl because it's really freaking annoying when somebody does an accent and it's not good. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really good British actors out there and everything, but it just, when they do an American accent, it's like, sometimes I'm just like, it sounds really great when you sound like this in our movie parts. And you're all like, I think you missed the mark, honey. I'm just like, I don't like it. So I think that if they're French, they'll have the French accent, and I think that that's integral to the whole thing. I really do. Uh, Now, I did see Jenna Ortega and some people online saying that Jenna Ortega should play Joan of Arc because she is younger. Like they could hire a 20-year-old to play a 16-year-old. And Jenna Ortega is not only hot, she's so hot, but she is young looking. When she was in Scream, I believed she was a teenager. Now, I want to also say that I don't think Jenna Ortega should play this part. And the reason is she's not French and she's Hispanic. She's a Latina, which I'm not dissing on that, but she looks Latina. And I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in that. I need someone that looks classically French. You know what I'm saying? And if you can, and you can call me whatever you want. I don't care if you think I'm racist, as long as you think I'm thin, but I need them to just be, as authentic as possible, especially when you're doing a historical drama like this. And if you're not going to do it, be as accurate as possible, then don't do it. I'm not interested in that shit. And I know you're all mad at me now, but that's just how it is. And I am interested in seeing this movie. I probably wouldn't see it in the theater unless it looked really freaking good, but I probably would just wait until it came out on digital or streaming. I'd probably just wait to buy it or whatnot. But let's see how this turns out and everything. I'm just, like I said, I'm interested in this somewhat, but not overwhelmingly. Tell me, what do you guys think about all of this? How do you guys feel about Baz Luhrmann doing this Joan of Arc movie? Do you think that this is something that people need to see and they're hangering for, or do you think this is just going to be like, like I said, like Lady Bird, but with swords, and you're just like, it was fine, like I liked Lady Bird, but I didn't like love Lady Bird. Or do you think this is just going to be an epic battle to the death kind of situation? And how are they going to handle her death? Because she was burned, at the stake or whatnot. So it'll just be really interesting to see this whole, or would she be? Yeah, she was burned. She was burned. It will be interesting to see this whole situation come together, this movie come together. And, I do think Baz Luhrmann is a good director. So we'll see how he turns this shit out. Sometimes you gotta sissy that walk. You know what I'm saying? So let's see what he does with this. But that's all I got for you guys this week. Tell me what you guys think about all of this. You can go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys. You guys have a good week. Bye.